Hello people, welcome to another midweek builds with Scary Studs. Actually carrying on a build that I started earlier. Hey Collector's Pig, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. And there's Bricksters NI floating around in the chat there too. How you doing, man? Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm good. It's I've had a busy day. Running about really. I had to run a bit of an odd errand to pick up a sideboard for our living room. So it was like sort of like a 40-minute journey, so it's not too far, like, but it was a bit impromptu. So I actually continued on the build that I started earlier. Yeah, we started building the Cullen house from Twilight earlier on today, but I had to cut that short because, like I say, I had to get busy. Hey man, it's all good. I don't expect people to tune into them all. If you can watch any of them, that's good. So this is how far we got then earlier on today with the house. We've got the majority of the downstairs finished. We just have this little front portion here to do. There's a bit of outside work to do as well, but I think we can all agree that it is pretty cool. And I also got the pickup truck, and we've got a number of characters here as well. I don't know anything about Twilight, so I don't know who these characters are. Do I want to say Emily, or am I just making that up? I'm not sure. I'm not even going to pretend, but that's a pretty cool truck. Quite like that. I'm looking forward to having that sort of in my layout. And yeah, this is kind of where we get up to with the actual main build itself. So I'm going to crack on with that anyway. So for anyone just tuning in, it's set number 21354 we're building. It's the Twilight house, or the Cullen house rather, from Twilight. So as I sort of explained earlier, I'm not that's not that I'm not a Twilight fan, but I've never watched the Twilight movies, so I don't know a huge amount about them. So I'm a bit ignorant to sort of any references and so forth that are within them. I don't know what a lot of it means. I don't know who the characters are, but I bought this as a house and some minifigures and a vehicle for the layout, as opposed to buying it because it's Twilight. So I have no particular interest in Twilight, so to speak, but I just thought it was a really cool build. Collector Speak says, you know the vote between the arcade machine and the Indiana Jones thing? Yes, what about it, bro? Am I right in saying, oh, which one of them won? I'll show you. Well, ironically, I've since built them both, but the winner was... So the winner of the vote, believe it or not, was Indiana Jones. So there's the plane and the vehicle in from the set. So they're quite cool. But I have since actually also built the two losers, believe it or not. So that's the arcade machine. So we built the arcade machine in a separate stream. And that's sort of the interior of it then. So it's quite a cool little machine. I mean, I also built, I'm not going to bring it all up, but I also built the little Lego City truck and vegetable plot as well, so there you go. So they were all winners in the end, but the actual vote, believe it or not, went to Indiana Jones, which surprised me. I thought more people would have voted for the arcade machine. It was a very cool build. Didn't take very long though. But anyway, so we're building, cracking on with the Cullen house here then. We're on to bag 7. There's 18 bags in total. And here we have another one of these scenarios where I had this earlier in the build actually, where we have a paper bag, but inside a plastic one. So that doesn't quite add up. And there's the other scenario as well, whereby a sneaky plate gets stuck in the bag. So yeah, plastic bags inside paper bags now, go figure. So, as I said earlier on the previous stream, we managed to build the vast majority of the ground floor. There may be some more details and stuff going, I'm not entirely sure yet. Collector's Pick, I like all the sets you build, you're my favourite. Thank you very much, man, I appreciate that. I just enjoy building the sets, to be honest, and if they bring joy to you, then that's an absolute bonus, so thank you, I'm glad you enjoyed it. So yeah, we're just going to crack on anyway, get building the game, get this set up and running. This bag that we're on now finishes off the ground floor, so I believe we're building a bookcase. I'm not entirely sure where it goes yet. And then there is the garage door. I think the bookcase maybe creates sort of a separator between the garage section and what would be the living room there. Alright, made myself a cup of coffee for the stream, so excuse me if I pause to take a drink every now and again, so we'll get building anyway. And we'll see where we get to then. So where do we go first then? Brown, blue, yeah, that sounds good, mate. I appreciate it. I don't know how long I'll be staying on for tonight, to be honest. I'll be here for at least an hour anyway, I would think. So, you know, whatever you can watch is a bonus, right? So we've got this cool bookcase here then first. Now again, I don't know anything about the show, so I don't know if this, you know, bookcase is in some way, you know, relevant. I don't know if it's, you know, hiding a secret or like a secret passageway, or if there's something more to it. So, you know, if anyone that's tuning in is in any way in the know when it comes to Twilight. So I think this is from the second movie in the Twilight saga. I think that's when this house first comes in. Now I know that purely from just some details that are within the instruction manual, because it's a Lego idea set, and you get a wee bit more, you get a bit more detail, you know, about the sets, about the designer, and you know, various bits and pieces, you know. So I picked up a little bit of information, you know, through that. But again, you know, for the most part, I'm not entirely sure what any of the bits and pieces kind of pertain to. So like I said, if anyone sort of rocks up that knows anything about Twilight, then please do enlighten me a little bit. I actually intend on just sort of cracking up a bit of information on the internet sort of prior to starting the stream, but well, I didn't. Maybe. So we'll keep on building for now anyway, and we'll see kind of where we get with things. The Gem minifigure took, well, I actually did it on a live stream. Didn't take that long. Oh, I'm missing a piece there. Yeah, it didn't take terribly long. I want to say an hour and a half maybe, or thereabout. I think I started it and finished it on a live stream. Obviously that will sort of mean it took me a little bit longer, because obviously chatting a wee bit with them on these streams and I'm not fully concentrating and do make some mistakes. Yeah, it probably takes a little bit longer to build than would ordinarily. Bro, don't be silly. Keep them for yourself and build them. I appreciate the gesture. I have so much Lego, and obviously I would love it if people send me stuff, but I would much prefer that you get the pleasure out of building them yourself. And you can, you know, by all means, you know, share with me what you've done. That'd be cool. But I absolutely appreciate the gesture, 100%. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. Check me out, thinking I'm the big man. My Instagram page is linked on my YouTube account. If you have an Instagram account, by all means, ping me a little message with any pictures you have. That would be the best way really to get in contact. I don't think YouTube really sort of facilitates any sort of messaging between them, although I really don't know. I don't use it in that way, so I'm not sure. But yeah, by all means, check out my Instagram, and you can sort of PM me. Revenge of the Lego 49 says hi. Hello, Revenge of the Lego 49. That's an interesting name. How are you keeping anyway? You doing well? Who are the Lego 49 that we're either seeking revenge for or looking to? I can try. I don't really think too much about sort of my volume, to be honest, when I'm speaking. I do apologise. I probably need to get a microphone. Just so that the audio is picked up a little bit better. I'm currently just working off my mobile phone. Yeah, I'm just working off my mobile, and it's just across from me, so I'm not sort of generally thinking too much about how I'm speaking. I'm just kind of talking as I do. So I'm sorry if it's not super loud. It is Twilight, yeah. It's the Cullen House. Are you a fan of the show? I ask mainly because I'm not. Well, it's not that I'm not. I just don't know a lot about it. So a lot of the references are kind of lost on me. I don't really know who the characters are and things like that. But yeah, this is. Let's see if I can get this box up here. Yeah, so it's the Lego Ideas Cullen House set 21354. Lego Ideas set number 65. It's a pretty cool set. I've really enjoyed it so far. Like I said, I wish I just knew a little bit more about Twilight so that I could kind of understand some of the references a bit better, but it is what it is. I've enjoyed the build so far anyway. It's really good. Also, like, considering the sort of size of the build itself, there's not a lot of pieces. It's only 2,000 pieces, but it's a lot of sort of larger pieces and panels and glass and stuff. So it's good. Where do you keep the dinosaur? It's actually just sitting on the floor behind me. It doesn't have a home yet. It won't have a home until I get my Lego room organised a little bit better. Okay. I don't have access to Super Chat or anything yet because I don't have enough viewing hours. So I've got the subscriber count, but my viewing hours are still very short. Funny you should ask. Revenge of the Lego. I have the set. It's sitting in my backlog, and from Friday, we haven't put this out yet, but me and another YouTuber are going to build the set together. So he's actually coming around to my house, and we're going to sort of set up and do a joint build, the two of us. So I think that'll be really good. I'm looking forward to building it. I don't have the Simpsons house, but I do have Quickie Mart, and whenever the Krusty Burger come out, I couldn't really say no. The YouTuber that I'm doing it with is called I Fall Bricks. So it's another local lad. He's from just down the road to me. He's very big on Instagram actually. He's got a very big Instagram following. But he's a cool lad, and we just kind of discussed this idea internally. See you later, Revenge of the Lego 49. Thank you very much for tuning in and for chatting. Like I said, Friday night. Not sure time's running yet, but it'll all sort of get put out in posts and stuff. So keep an eye out anyway, and definitely join in if you can. Just got a wee sticker to pop on here. There we go. So this just goes on the outside. I don't really know what any of that stuff means. That sort of XP business. I happily host these streams and whatnot, but I don't really understand a lot of what's going on. Anything that I watch, I'm just very silent in the background generally, you see, so I'm not generally sort of a participator. That's not what I went in there. I think I need to move that, I think that's in the wrong place. Okay, so we're just sort of building around the front of the house here and pretty much finishing it off, I think. But I'm pretty sure that's meant to represent a garage door. And then on the other side, through the bookcase, I haven't actually turned around to look at it yet myself. I'll have windows in a second. It kind of then gives the impression of a nice sort of brick wall in behind. So yeah, it's cool. And there's on that side, next to my chat, I mean, on the side. Depends on how long you've been watching, is how high your percent thing is. But yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't know a huge amount about it. I sort of see a flash up. And I see like sort of the numbers beside people, but I don't really know a whole lot about sort of what it relates to. It looks like it's some kind of an XP thing. I presume it's also based on sort of contribution on chat and around sort of how long you've been in the stream and things like that. So I suppose it's nice if you have a little community going and they kind of want to sort of get at each other with who's the best participant or whatever. Right, so just one wee section of wall to finish here, and it's all built kind of with snot bricks. It's basically it's taking a square wall and sort of meeting up with an angled wall. So essentially, in order to sort of bridge the angle, we have all of these modified 1 by 1 by 1 3/4, I think they are, bricks, and they then have just a couple of plates on them, and then we just have used some of the little wedges, these sort of 2 by cheese wedges, and then when you pop that in, it just creates a lovely little angle. It's really nicely done. I like that. I'll flip it around just so you have a bit more detail once I've put these last couple of pieces on here. There we go. Very impressive. Just going to bring the whole build up the camera for a second just to sort of show you that. In fact, what I'll do, I'll take it apart so you can see it in action. So this is a wee section here then that I'm trying to sort of close in. As you can see, we have an angled brick here, so it goes at like a 45-degree angle. So we've built this little section here just using snot bricks and wedges, and then when you set that in there, it just closes up that gap almost seamlessly. You can see through it a wee bit, but it's pretty good, all things considered. And knock the plant over while I was doing that. Let's get that back in again. And that finishes bag 1 or 7, and the whole of the bottom floor. So that's good progress. I'll try to remember to comment. Dude, it's fine. I appreciate any interaction I get whatsoever across any of my content. Right? I can't exactly. I can't really sort of expect a whole lot of people because I'm not the most. I don't interact a huge amount myself. You know, I'm a watcher rather than an interactor. So I do try to like and comment where I can. But so many times I just watch a video and then forget. So you know, anything that I guess for it. I really want to get the D&D Dungeons and Dragons set built. So you know that series. You know, obviously I'm crying out for as much interaction as I can get because I just want to get it finished. We're getting there slowly. It's just not as quickly as I would like. I also really want to get as much of this finished tonight as I can, but I kind of suspect that I won't have enough time to get the whole thing done. That's nice. I suspect I will never have the time to be that person. This is just a bit of fun for me. I started this channel initially just to help encourage me to start unboxing my collection. I have so much Lego, and it was all sitting in boxes, and it's kind of been piling up for ages. And I sort of really wanted to, you know, just get it opened up and get building a lot of the stuff. So I thought, you know what, if I start this channel and I do a few unboxing videos, then at the very least, it sort of encourages me to work my way through it. And you know what, whatever happens. Like I don't care too much. It's a bit of crack. You know, if I meet some good people, particularly within the community, then you know that's a bonus. And if anyone is enjoying my content, then that's also a bonus. But I don't expect much. I've actually started watching, or rewatching rather, Stranger Things with my children. It's a wee bit inappropriate at points, but it's not too bad. So they've never seen any of it. You know, me and my wife have watched it up to, you know, where it's currently at. And we've started watching it with them and absolutely loving it again. And funnily enough, I have the Stranger Things Split Down house, and I really like to build it, but I also really don't want to open it because it's quite valuable now, and I think it'll become even more so whenever the final series comes out. But then it's Lego and it's designed to be built, so I don't quite know how to do it. Do you have the yellow Jeep Technics by any chance? Because I have a set. I don't have it. No, I don't have any Technic whatsoever. It's not something that I've ever really bothered with or got into, to be honest. So no, I'm afraid not. How did you find the build? Did you enjoy it? And have you actually built? No, I've never really had any interest in Technic. I absolutely appreciate the sets, you know, the design, the complexity, you know, all of that, but never really resonated with me. And there's only so much, you know, that you can be into as well. You know, there's so much Lego out there. It's kind of hard to keep up with it all. So you have to be a little bit selective as well. Yeah, I suspect they challenge enough. I know, like, I don't often get a huge amount of challenge from Lego. There can be some little bits that are tricky, but any sets that I have that have a Technic element usually sort of slows me down a bit. I can't quite rattle through them at the pace I can a Lego set. Even some of the more complex Lego sets, they don't sort of go the candle type. Some of the Technic does. Lego boy, yo, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. I love your lovely dude in your profile pic. Oh yes, I know which one you're talking about. I have that as well. There's that, and there's the Triceratops one also. That I haven't built. Either of them, in fact. I kind of want to pick up pretty much all of the Lego dinosaur stuff. I don't think I have every single one of the molded dinosaurs, but I have a lot of them. And I am trying to collect them all. Some of the older ones are very expensive. So there's a few that were out kind of when I wasn't really collecting Lego, to be honest. And I don't really want to pay the aftermarket price for some of the stuff, so I'll probably pass them unless I sort of stumble across someone who's selling them on the cheap. But I have tried to pick up as much of the molded dinosaurs as I can, and then any of the other sort of Lego dinosaur sets that come out, I do pick them up as well. I haven't been to Legoland, no. I don't even know if I want to go. I'd like to go to the Lego house. Legoland for me is a funny one. I absolutely love theme parks. But selfish as this may sound, I like theme parks, you know, because I want to get a bit of a thrill out of them. On coasters and stuff like that. And I kind of find that most of the rides in Legoland just aren't exciting enough. So granted, I absolutely love Lego, but don't get me wrong, I think I would like to go, but I just don't know if I'd get the full value out of it. Maybe if it was my children were a bit younger maybe, or it would have been great to have gone when I was young. What about you, have you been? Anyone else in the chat been to Legoland, any of the Legolands? Whether it be Windsor or Denmark or any other ones that are in existence? Let me know what you thought of it. So I'm going to Florida next summer, which I'm really looking forward to. We're going there for our summer holiday. Like I said, I'm a huge roller coaster fan, so that's why I'm going there. Where is that? The Legoland Windsor? Or what Legoland's that? Oh, okay. I didn't know much about what it used to be. To be honest, if I was going to that part of the world, I would be going to Thorpe Park. As opposed to Legoland, unfortunately. Which is right next door, really, aren't they? But I haven't been to Thorpe Park either, which really annoys me because it's sort of so close by, really. Well, ironically, I live in the UK, but I live in a part of the UK which is on a different island, so it's not really that accessible to me, unfortunately. But yeah, no, I know where it is. Like it's I would say it's probably more southern than middle. But yeah, maybe one day I'll get an absolute mountain of parts left over here. I don't know where they all go. I have no recollection of using any of them or ever seeing them. Like a little wee wedge plates and stuff here, unless they were left over from the previous bag. It's definitely not anywhere on this model that I can see. Yeah, unfortunately, if I want to go anywhere decent, I have to cross the water. Although there is a theme park in Southern Ireland, which isn't too far from me. Used to be called Tato Park. It's now called, oh crikey, I forget. Emerald Park. So it's got a couple of decent roller coasters in it. I'm from Northern Ireland, so the part of the UK that's not in the British Isles, or not part of mainland Britain, rather. There's some people it's not part of the UK, but whatever. Right, so move on to bag 9 then. This looks like it's going to build up quite a bit of this section of the build, and we also have our next minifigure, which is pretty cool. I love the outfit on it. I'll hold up the camera now in a wee second for a closer look. Right, that's what it is. So, minifig number 4. I think there's 7 in total in this set, if memory serves me correct. So again, we have, this is another vampire. So another dual molded, or another flesh tone minifigure, flesh tone head and arms and hand. And there's printing on the front and back of the torso, no printing on the legs. We have 2 different faces, one front and back. We also have dual molded arms, which is really cool. So she's wearing a short sleeve top. So we have the flesh toned arms. So I'll just let you have a look here. So that's the figure from the front then. You can see we've got a lovely wee blue waistcoat with like a little frilly blouse underneath and some sort of a necktie. And there you can see the dual molded arms. And then the detail in the back, again, is just a little bit of extra detail into the cardigan, whatever it is. And then there you can see the vampire face with the vampire eyes. And then here we just have a fairly straight face. And then some lovely, lovely brown hair, sort of combed over. Nice little bob. So again, I don't know what that minifigure's called. If anyone down below knows what the vampires are called in the series, then, or in the movies, then do let me know. But unfortunately, I have nothing to offer in this front. So, like I said, for me, they're just a couple of cool minifigures. They're actually very cool. Those ones, I like them. So I've just got a wee flower to go in now. There's like a wee plant pot or something here. In there, and then I don't know, these must be like the feet of like beds or chairs or something, I'm not sure. No problem, Collector's Pig. Thank you again for tuning in. I appreciate the chat. Maybe somebody will step up once you're gone to take over the chat and keep me entertained. Have a good evening anyway. Oh, you're all good, you're all good. I don't think I'll be finishing this tonight anyway, so sort of keep an eye out. I'll try and might have to do another stream sort of later in the week to get the set finished. Okay, yeah, so the corner couch, very snazzy, love this dark blue. John Powell. Oh bro, really? That sucks. Yeah, I do need a microphone. Thank you for the feedback though, because I genuinely have no idea how it sounds or if you can hear anything, and I know probably not the clearest at the best of times. Okay, that makes sense. Not ideal for everyone, but there you go. If anyone is struggling to hear me, make sure and crank your volume up. I can't do a huge amount about it, unfortunately, at the minute. I can't. There's no way for me to project my voice any more than what I am. I will, however, endeavour to get a microphone at some point, and that theoretically should help. Right, so that's the corner sofa in then. So it's very clear, nice blue sofa. There's not a huge amount of design to it. It's just a few of the blue sort of wedged bricks and the sort of half stud, half tile 2x2s. And then we've just got a little table. And a little picture then as well. So, see you mate, thank you. Alright, I'll just get my trusty brick separator here and put the next sticker on. So what have we got? Sticker number. Okay. Where that cap, I did wonder why we had a cap left over, because it wasn't for the minifigure, but it's just a wee cap sitting on the table there in the living room. Again, I'm sure that's a reference of some sort that is lost on me. So my next port of call then is straight on to Amazon, buy a microphone, and then hopefully, like I said, I don't know sort of how I'm coming across it, sort of sound wise, like how does anyone else sort of find it? Anyone that's sort of hiding in the chat there? Do you find that the volume's quite low? Am I hard to hear? Do you think that I need to get myself a microphone just to improve the audio, or what do you think? Oh, sticker galore here. I'm going to just do these two stickers together. So they're all basically just pictures on walls. So sticker number 1. Some interesting art choices here. Alright, that went well. I'll pop that on there, and then what have we got? Sticker number 5. So it is a picture of what looks like tomatoes, eggs, and either onions or garlic, I want to say. Very interesting. I don't know if this is like a still painting that someone has produced and put up on the wall, or what it's about. But it's in there anyway. And some more glass panels in, so this is kind of what gets the walls built up nice and quickly. There's a lot of glass panels and a lot of windows. And then the stairs, then just the same as the the stairs in the first section of the build. Just uses one of the white molded stair pieces, and then the modified plates with the stud on either side. Then just to sort of texturize the stairs. I don't know if they're meant to be wooden or if they're wooden or if it's maybe carpet. I'm not sure, but. Thank you very much, Kay. Appreciate that. Yeah, I hope you can hear me. I know a few people have suggested that it's not terribly audible, but hopefully you've been able to make me out a little bit anyway. And thanks, I do appreciate you taking the time to like and sub. That means a lot. I must say, I didn't really think I would, but I quite enjoy the live streams. I like just sitting here and building. You know, if people sort of enjoy watching it, then that's an absolute bonus. It's kind of nice to share your builds as well, you know. Alright, we've got this nice, kind of uses this nice pattern to downstairs as well, where it uses like a 2 wide brick, and they're 2 wide and they're 3 high, and then a 1 by 3. I am building the Cullen house, yes. Sorry, just for anyone joining in, anyone sort of new to the stream. We're building set 21354. It's one of the Lego Ideas sets, and it is indeed the Cullen house from Twilight. I sort of profess to not knowing much about Twilight itself. However, I love this house. I think architecturally it looks lovely, and I absolutely want to have it within my layout. So I had to get it. Unfortunately, it just means I don't really understand any of the references within. Okay, I'm not sure I will, to be honest. I don't really tend to pick up boat builds, and I enjoy Pirates of the Caribbean, but I've no real sort of love for it. I'm kind of afraid to buy it, to be honest, because I have the Titanic. That's the only boat I have in my collection. That's the only boat I intend to have in my collection, and I'm a bit of a completionist, so I kind of fear that if I start buying one, I want to buy them all. It was the same with the Endurance. I absolutely loved the look of the Endurance, really wanted it, but I'm just afraid to start buying into too many more of those themes. Okay, so it's just built the Lego Seinfeld. Oh, very good. I have actually got that set somewhere in my back collection now. I don't know actually if I'm intent on building it or what I'm going to do with it. Again, I'm not a fan of Seinfeld, so I didn't buy it, you know, because of that. But it looks cool, and you get some cool minifigures with it. Kind of like all those sitcom style sets. Are you like a fan of Seinfeld yourself? Is that why you bought it, or did you just like the look of the set? Alrighty, so there's another sort of big wall segment on there, so we're really rattling through this. And then we've just got the plates in that run along the top just to sort of you want to buy the Seinfeld set? I wouldn't be against the idea of selling it. I am sort of about to start thinning my collection out quite a bit and clearing out quite a bit of stuff. Haven't decided exactly what yet, but I'll definitely be culling massively my Harry Potter stuff. I just don't want really any of it anymore. But oh, your cousin had it and you sort of helped him build it, right? Look, I'm not against the idea of selling it at all. I'm not really sure what its value is at the minute. So just built a wee fireplace in there, just a nice wee modern fireplace there. So it's just that kind of wee living room with we've got the couch, got a nice wee table, fireplace, and then we've got the, I don't know if it's a picture of baseball bats or if there are real baseball bats hung above the actual mantle in that house, I'm not sure. So that takes us on to bag 10 then. And no turn bag in this one. Okay. Sort of running out of space here. I've got the sets starting to take up quite a bit of space, and it's over multiple levels, and I don't really want to set one on top of the other to build, so I don't know the best way to go about this, but we'll make it work. How come you didn't? Oh, it does have an internal bag, but it's another wee plastic one, I missed it. All these plastic bags inside paper bags, right? Okay, how come you didn't pick it up whenever it was first available? Did you just not, did you no particular interested in the time, or did it just sort of get past you before you realised? I don't know if I'm not sure what I'll do with it, to be honest. My gut feeling is I'll probably look to get rid of it, but we'll see. I have quite a few actually of the sitcom style sets. I only have the Central Park of the Friends ones, to be honest. I kind of missed out on the apartment building, and I semi regret it, to be honest. I don't know why I didn't get it at the time, and it's actually quite expensive now. And I have the Seinfeld sets. I have the Queer Eye one as well, actually, but again, I don't expect that I'll build that. And there's one more, if memory serves me correct. Can't think what it was though. Definitely one more sitcom set, but I mean, one of these couple actually. I have what do you call that one? The Big Bang Theory. I have the Big Bang Theory set. Still feel like there's one more. Maybe I'm wrong. But again, it was kind of at a point when I liked the idea of all those sets, and then I've seen sort of, I don't know if you've seen Unbreakable, I can't remember who did it, as a Brick Artisan maybe? Had created, what was it called? The sitcom tower. Excuse me. And they'd taken each of the wee sitcom sets and built them into like proper enclosed buildings, and then sort of stacked them all on top of one another and created a really cool tower out of them all. I think then on top of that again, like Bro Thor's lair went on the very top. So that I kind of always liked the idea of that, and I kind of thought I would do that, but I actually missed a few of the steps, so I don't think I will. Okay, so we're just building out a bit more of a. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Do you know what? Isn't it great when you have children and they sort of bring you back into the hobby? I know my kids absolutely helped sort of me get sort of back into the flow of it. Okay, where are you based? If you don't mind me asking, are you UK? Because that'll obviously make a big difference. I don't really think I fancy shipping anything. Sort of beyond the UK, to be honest. But yeah, we're just building up the kind of walls here then on the second layer. There's like a little balcony into the front and a wee door that just about provides access to the balcony. It's not fantastically designed, it can't open fully, and kind of catches on the barriers of the balcony, but I suppose it opens enough that a minifigure can theoretically hop out on the balcony, close the door, and sort of scooch along to wherever he wants to go. I also don't like the design of that. Well, look, in all seriousness, I do have a lot of stuff that I'm not going to get rid of. I don't know how competitive my pricing will be, but if you want to check me out on Instagram even, I do have my Instagram linked on this account. You can drop me a wee message and look, I can sort of start to go through bits and pieces that I'm looking rid of, and I can let you have a look at them and see what you think. There's no obligation, like I said, and if you think my prices are ridiculous, then I would totally understand that. But you know, there's no harm in looking, I suppose. Hey Bertours, how you doing, man? What's the crack? What are you building at the minute? Don't even tempt me. I do have a bricklink store, believe it or not, but it's closed at the minute. And I'm not too fussed on selling a bricklink right now. I maybe will again at some point, but I have been building up. I've been building up a lot of sets to sell, and then I've kind of decided now that I don't want to, sort of invest anymore, because it takes up a lot of time, and I just can't be bothered. I was spending more time, looking for stuff to invest in. I wasn't really enjoying what I was, buying for myself so much. But I do want to slowly but surely start up a parts store. I know there's a few of them in the country, but that kind of appealed to me a little bit more. The biggest difficulty I have is not using the inventory myself. Nothing to build at the minute, sadly. Oh, bro, what's going on? I'll get yourself down to the Lego store and pick up something sneaky. Aye, right. Yeah, I think you know what the answer to that's going to be. I have the Titanic. It's not for sale, and it certainly wouldn't be for sale for £50. It's a fantastic set. So good. It's an amazing build. Okay, so just got some wee bits of shelving then built into the wall here in the corner, and then we are going to build up the last few bits of the walls then for this section of the build. We've got a couple more windows to go in first. I must say this building will bring in a lot of light. Very well designed in that regard. Okay, so we've got like a little open plan kitchen and all here. So it's open plan kitchen and living. Like I said, I don't know anything about this house, so I don't really understand the layout of it, but very good. Do you think it will return next year? I don't know. I suspect it's probably more popular than you realise. I don't know what Lego's plans were. I haven't actually checked the retirement list in a while, so I don't actually know whereabouts. Where it sits on the retirement list at the minute. So I don't know. I'd be amazed if it retired. It's a big set. I suspect it's got a few years. I suspect it's not a set that will retire in a hurry. I could be entirely wrong. Lego are funny. I guess a lot of it hinges on how to sell them, but I suspect despite its price, it could be selling that when you're ready. Right, so we're on to bag number 11. There's lots of kitchen utensils in there, so I suspect we're going to be adding a bit more shelving and bits and pieces into the kitchen. We also have our next minifigure, so that's the 5th minifigure of 7, I believe. So again, another character that I don't know, but I'm pretty confident that it is another werewolf. I'll just bring it over to the camera now so you can have a little look. So there we go. So again, we've got the black legs, both sides. Arsenal won 2-0, what a bummer. And then we've got this lovely little grey jacket, nice sort of black blouse and a lovely pendant underneath. And then again, a wee bit of detailing on the rear. We've obviously got the flesh tone hands and face again. And there you can see the vampire eyes. And then this sort of nice, sort of smirky face here with a little mole above the lip. And then she has this lovely ash blonde hair, just sweeping down over the shoulder there. So that's a cool minifigure. Yeah, I think that'll get pushed out. I don't think it'll retire then. Don't quote me on that though. But that's just my suspicions. It's kind of an anomaly set in a way. It's not, you know, like the large UCS Star Wars sets where they kind of bring out a new one every so often. You know, so there's technically a bit of a cycle there. But like I said, I don't know. I haven't been on Bricktonomics in a while, so I'm not 100% sure kind of what way things are sitting, but that's still over a year away, a year and a half away nearly. But look, I think it'll be extended. The roof of this okay, yeah. I ordered it online. In store wasn't really feasible whenever I got it. I think, no, I didn't purchase it upon launch. I got a little while after, but I was waiting for some really good gift for purchases and double points, just to truly maximise the sale because it's such an expensive set. I really wanted to get value for it. I wouldn't say that it is the best set I've ever built. That would be one thing I would say. It's fantastic, but it has a little bit of yeah, it's a bit tedious at times. There's a lot of repetition on it. But you know, once it's finished and you're sort of looking back at what you've done and all the rest of it, it's fantastic. It would definitely be a cool set to get for Christmas. Maybe get it on your list now. I don't tend to ever really get any Lego for Christmas, to be honest. Although for my birthday this year, my wife didn't get me Lego, so to speak, but she got me a voucher for the Lego store. Which I suppose is the same thing really, isn't it? She actually wanted to get me the I forget what you call it, the gumball machine. But it was sold out when she went to get it, which is kind of sad, but a lovely surprise, because that is the set that I wanted. So that would have been very cool, but it was sold out. So she just got me a voucher instead, which I was very, very appreciative of. The riverboat was one of the best builds I ever did. It looks fab, I must say. I do really like it. I'm not getting it. I'm never getting it. And that much I can promise you. And that's only because I don't want to start collecting boats as well as everything else that I collect. Okay, so I presume this is a door here, but I don't really know what it's a door to. Maybe it's like represent a fridge or something, I'm not sure. It is in the kitchen, so that kind of makes sense. I also want to get the new Willy Wonka set. I'm a bit confused about that set. I don't know whether I want it or not. I can remember when it was first announced, I thought it would be really cool, but to be honest, I think my whole sort of mindset towards purchasing Lego has changed a lot recently. I used to be very much a buy whatever I could get, and buy every set as it come out. However, of late, I've become way more selective, and I kind of sort of judge it based on how much the set reaches out to me, and if it sort of really shouts out to me, and it sort of that's something that I feel like I absolutely definitely must have, and I keep having that thought, then I'm okay to buy it. But if I don't get that sort of overwhelming urge, then I've sort of become a lot better at sort of resisting and saying no. No, it's a bit of a bummer that school thing, isn't it? But you do well now and you benefit from it later in life whenever you are earning, so just stick with it, you'll get there. You can always get a wee part-time job soon whenever you're old enough and start bringing in a little bit of money. It is hard. I would have had nowhere near the sort of Lego that I have now when I was young. I couldn't even have dreamt of it, to be honest. I only ever really got Lego as presents, for birthdays or Christmas and things like that. So I guess that's one of the perks of being grown up. You're responsible enough to work and earn, and then you can start to treat yourself a little bit. That's the dream then, is it? Lego store employee. You can share those discounts with me though, won't you? I always thought it was class to work in a Lego store, to be honest. I'd love to. In fact, I was so close to applying for a job, even though I couldn't physically have done it. I may not have got it anyway, but unfortunately I have my own business, which theoretically takes precedence, but I'd love to work in a Lego store class. Okie dokie, so we've got... Alright, okay, so we've got like a real sort of angle along the front of this build here, as you can see. So it comes out at like a... I don't know, maybe 75 degrees, I'm not sure. Bit of an angle there anyway. So in order to sort of frame that, they used just like a line of plates, and just a little wedge piece on the end, and then just use one of these hinge pieces, and the hinge piece just connects on, and just with sort of the careful placement of, there's some of the wee sort of L-shaped plates, and then the wedge just kind of slides in there, and then you get this lovely angle the whole way along, and then at this end is just one of the wee sort of quarter round tiles. It's to sort of frame it off as well, so it's very nice done. You're reaching a bit there, mate. straight in the manager's position, eh? That would have been pretty sweet, wouldn't it? What qualifications do you have? I build Lego. Fine, the job's yours. I keep meaning to get back down again actually. Honestly I didn't really care too much for it. But I now would like to pick up the Sega Genesis controller, or Sega Mega Drive controller, whatever you want to call it. And obviously there's none available online anymore. I think they still have them in store, so I keep meaning to call down to pick up some, but I just haven't got around it. Okay, and then again we've got presumably a worktop here with a wee bit of a sink and stuff here, and you know, we've used these sort of angled plates running the whole way along, which will then obviously be closed up. There'll be the wall going in along the side of it, will sort of close it off, because it does have gaps underneath, but those gaps will be irrelevant, you won't see them. And it just creates a nice angled workbench there the whole way along. And then lots of little condiments and things like that. So clearly got mustard and ketchup, or the like things, well, something along those lines anyway in here. And what else do we have? A couple of glasses. A little bottle in with this lid on. So just a wee bit of detail then added on. And that goes on there. And what do we have? So a little, don't know what this is meant to represent. Is it meant to represent like a little coffee machine or something like that? Or, oh, I don't know, actually it's kind of sitting above what I thought was the sink. I don't know what this is. I'm slightly confused by this contraption here. Maybe it is just the top. Maybe they have a black top and faucet. That would make sense. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's just the top. And we've got a wee bowl, and then just some cutlery then. There we are. And quite a few spare pieces. Should this be spare? I don't feel like I used any of these anywhere. Oh, I did, on the door of the fridge. There we go. A couple of pieces have got away on me. I'll get that later. So that's another bag finished. So we'll just keep on keeping on here. That takes us on into bag number 12, and I think that's just gonna carry on building up this layer here. Sorry, my computer has switched off on me, so I've lost my chat. I'll just try and get logged back in here. If anyone is talking, apologies. I will respond whenever my computer decides to turn on and stay on. Wow, I lost it. I'll just keep on building away here anyway. We're waiting for that. So we'll start off just a couple of windows here. And then these are all, like I said, they're all built at an angle. Along the sort of angle plates that went in previously. Which is nice. It's nice to see sort of a set break away from that sort of four corners approach that you get a lot of the time. Just gives it that little bit of originality. There is a wee bit of a gap sort of between the 3 edges in the front and then this cornered edge here, but I think under the circumstances it's really not too bad. Just a few more windows, so my PC apparently now has diagnosing. I don't know what the heck's wrong with it. Recently it just keeps turning itself off. It actually automatic repair, your PC did not start, just restart and build it. It recently upgraded as well to Windows 11, unbeknownst to me, and it has got even worse since that was happening. So I don't know, I feel like it probably needs a complete sort of start again almost. I don't know. I think I maybe need to reset it to factory settings But there's so much stuff on there, I just can't be bothered, so I just kind of tolerate it for now. It eventually sort of stops running hissy and stays on. Right, so we've got some wee bottles or something here. Nice green and blue jars or bottles. I'm not sure what these are. Again, they might very well, mean something. They might feature in the show in some way. I'm not sure. It's an interesting detail to add in, so I'd be amazed if it doesn't relate to something. Right, we're back here. Let me just log back in on this device and see what's going on. Patrick 9, hi, how are you? Sorry for taking me a wee while to respond. I'm just sort of getting back in, just getting my chat back. I hope you're doing good. Thank you very much for dropping by and saying hello. We've got the wee door then, so there's another wee balcony out this side of the build as well. I must say, I'm not overly impressed with the condition of a lot of the window panels and stuff. There's a lot of scoring. I do feel like they should be kept separate in a whenever they're bagged up, because there's nothing worse. There's nothing you can obviously do about it, and some of them are dreadfully scored just from sort of sitting in the bags. Quite a few of the larger panels, the 4x6 are they? Quite a few of the 4x6 panels in particular have seen much better days. So that's disappointing. For anyone just tuning in, if this doesn't look familiar to you, we're actually building the Cullen house from Twilight. So it is a Lego idea set. I think it's Lego idea set number 65. I think it'll say on there. No, set number 21354. So it's a pretty cool build so far. I'm not a Twilight fan. I'm not a Twilight hater, I'm just not a Twilight fan. So I don't entirely understand a lot of the references and stuff in it, but I really like the house, and it also comes with a neat vehicle, and that is why I bought it. So again, similar to downstairs, in order to sort of marry up the square section with the angle section, it's just using, in this case it's using brackets with a brick on the side and then some of the wee two white cheese wedge pieces, and then when they all go in, it just closes up that gap between the sort of front panel and that side panel, and just closes up that angle. So I also forgot to add some plants in onto this shelf. We'll just do that separately. My computer's cropped itself again, so again, apologies if anyone's in the chat. I will respond whenever it comes back. It's making some weird ass noises now too. pieces because we've got a hinge plate in there, and obviously where the hinge is that wee bit that sort of bulges out, and then the wee corner plates just help sort of bridge that gap. Okay, and then we'll just, this looks like just a balcony rail then for the front section. Super build. And like I say, I just like how they've incorporated angles and stuff into it. You know, it's nice to see a wee bit of geometry rather than just the straight lines and the square edges. Obviously it requires a little bit more thought, but then also considering the fact this is a fan design model, you know, whoever's done it has done a fantastic job of kind of coming up with, you know, the initial design which the Lego designers were able to sort of build upon. That's very good. There's just this wee balcony piece to do there on the other side. Obviously my computer just will not stay on at the minute. I don't know what's wrong with it. So I'm just going to keep building away here anyway, sort of oblivious to everything that's going on. And that just goes in there. And again, just that nice use of the little cheese wedge pieces just to cover that little angle created there and sort of square it all off. That's looking great. So I think all we have to do now is sort of finish around the top with plates and stuff just to pull it all together and sort of make it a wee bit more rigid. I'm just going to keep persevering here until this decides to stay on. Some nice sort of architectural design. I know this is obviously based on the house from the movie, so it's not a unique design in that regard, but just the way it is represented in Lego form is very good. It definitely looks very different to any sort of other Lego house that I've sort of seen produced. I'm back now anyway. I can see what's going on again. So I think we'll maybe do one more bag tonight, and that'll probably do us. We've been going for 79 minutes. That's decent. It's a bit unreasonable to expect to get the set finished tonight, but if I can get it in the position where I can get it finished in one more sitting, then that'll be ideal. Go, and that goes on here, and we've got a wee bit of an overhang then. Cool. And that's us on into bag 13. Look at those spare bricks here. Oh man, don't say that. Kurganov Studios is, he's goading me. He's goading me. I drop it now, you know, donate 300 watt. 300 watt, man. It'd have to be 300 of something very, very valuable or special to convince me to go on. Also, you can't donate on my channel. Folks, anyone just tuning in, we're working on the Cullen house from Twilight. Lego idea set. And we are ready through it. We're on the bag 13 of 18. I actually think this bag that we're doing at the minute will probably finish off this floor of the build. So we'll just have the top story left to do. Unless Coconut Studios' offer is significantly tempting. Hey Lego dude. How you doing, man? Thanks for dropping by. What Legoing are you up to at the minute? That's good. You building anything at the minute, or what's your favourite theme? Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? I've really enjoyed building it. I wasn't actually, like I said, I don't, as I've said previously, I don't really know much about Twilight, so I didn't really know how much I enjoy this build, but it looks the part. Right, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing here. I need 2 of those there. Sure, that goes there. But yeah, no, I've really enjoyed it. Some really cool build techniques, some nice angles, some lovely details. It's just a really cool, fresh, modern house. Very well represented in Lego form. Actually, rattled through that bag very quickly. It was all plate work. Just kind of designing a section of the roof. So what I'll probably do is I've got 3 pieces left over now. How on earth could that be the case? What have I not done? Right, so that goes there. That goes there. That goes there. Just making this up as I go along here. And then that goes like that. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I'll check that out for an unusual segment of roof. So that basically just straddles the corner section along the front, the angle section along the front, and then the square section to the side. Sort of leaves a little section of the building sort of inaccessible. So this roof obviously then won't come off. So there's like a little like cupboard or something in there. Must be like a wee pantry style thing. And it's right up in there, so it's absolutely not accessible. The other, this roof obviously, always go that way. This roof obviously comes off, and I think the roof on top of this comes off as well. Right, that does bring us up to the end of that section. So I think I'm probably gonna. Oh, do I carry on? I don't know. Where's we're up to so far? I think it goes on like that. We've got that cool overhang then that goes out over that little angled doorway underneath. So you've got, excuse me, you've got a couple of different angles going on here. We've got this sort of 45 degrees this way, and then we've got this sort of more narrow angle at the front here going the other way. So it's very, very good. Really, really like it. I'm just going to keep on going. I'll do one more. We'll do bag 14. I think that's going to be sort of starting at the paper for this section. Now, so we'll have good visibility of sort of the layout of the top floor. I think all that's left to do then is the next floor, the third floor of the building, and then there's a roof. It goes on top of that again, and again they're both removable, so it's much like these two sections. Get everything out of that bag. There we go. So considering when we started this build earlier on stream, we got through it very quickly. It was 2001 pieces, so it's not a huge build. Well, it's a big build, but it's not high from a part count perspective. But as I said before, it's largely due to the sort of makeup of the build itself. It has a lot of wall panels, like bigger panels, and window pieces and stuff like that. So the piece count is low, but the actual scale of the building is very significant. Alright, so just a bit of a repeating pattern here then on this floor with we've got 4x2 dark tan, no, not dark, nougat actually, 4x10, or is it, I can't remember what this colour is, it's a red actually maybe, or an orange, I don't know. Sort of get lost with the different layers of colours sometimes, to be honest, there's so many of them now. Yeah, we repeating pattern actually. Slow down. A repeating pattern of 2x4 tile and 2x2 modified tiles with 2 studs to create the flooring on this section of the build. This will be sort of the last section that I do today, or this evening rather. I'll try and carry it on later in the week if anyone's interested. Not sure when, it depends on time, not quite as accessible during the week, but if I can sort of find the time, then I'll look to finish it sort of prior to Friday. So make sure you drop us a sub if you do want to sort of see the remainder of this build. And if you're just here for now, then thank you. Still appreciate you taking the time to drop by. quite a bit of work actually goes into creating these floors. A lot of plate work. It's not quite a case of just you know, taking a load of maybe 16 by 16 plates and just adding a few tiles on. There's just a little bit more intricacy goes into the construction of them, but I don't know how necessary a lot of it is. I'm sure there's probably easier ways to do a lot of it, but it all comes together and looks good when it's finished. Okay. So we have a little bit left to do here. There's just a wee bit more tile work left then, and where's that part? There it is. That goes so. There's just this other wee section to create here, and then we're going to just wrap it up, I think. But what I'll do, just whenever I'm finished, I'll bring the camera down and I'll give it a wee bit more of a close up of the build. I'll take the 2 layers apart as well, so you can just see down into it a little bit more. So if anyone's interested just in seeing kind of how it looks at this stage, if you bear with me until I finish what's on the table here, and then we'll bring the camera down and we'll have a closer look at it. A little bit left to do. Just a wee bit of bracing underneath here. And then just some tile work then sort of around it. I presume this is the stairwell then from the floor below. I suspect that is in there. Nemesis, I haven't, no. I had this conversation, a conversation similar to this earlier with someone, but I don't own any Technic sets at all. I'm just not. Well, for one, I'm not a huge Formula 1 fan. I don't dislike it. I'm just not into it. And then secondly, I just have never really got into Technic. There's only kind of so much Lego I can afford to get, and Technic's not sort of on my agenda. Have you built it? Yeah, I'll largely stick to just sets of interest to me personally, and then sets that I can kind of factor into a layout. So obviously I've built this one because it's a cool house. Stormy Cube says hello. Hi Stormy Cube, how you doing? Hope you're well. Thanks for dropping by. We're actually just kind of wrapping up here, I think. I'm not sure what time is it, 9:05. I don't know if I've got time to smash out one last bag or not. Still a few people hanging about, so maybe I should, I don't know. What do you think? Oh, I've done this all wrong. What a spanner. Right, well, I'm going to need a wee bit more time because I've done all this tile work wrong. I've kind of completely missed a section of placing tiles. Yeah, I'm doing really good as well, thank you. Yeah, just building Lego, man. You know, all good. I'm not doing a very good job of it apparently, either. So yeah, and that's like two whole lines of plates that were meant to go in, so everything's just a wee bit offset, so it's just easiest to take it all back off again and start again. I'll start putting in actually the pieces that I missed. It's very cool, isn't it? Have you built it yourself? A lot of it's lost on me. I'm not. I've never seen Twilight, so I don't really get a lot of the references. But I just thought it looked like a really cool house. Just love the design of it, so I bought it purely on that basis. And it's also a really good build. It's a fantastic design. The fan that came up with it did a super job, super job. Alright, let's put this right again. Stick it on the Christmas list. You might get lucky. It's actually been sat in my collection for quite some time, and I've just never really got around to building it. But I was sort of reading through a few of my boxes, and I stumbled across it and thought, you know what? That's such a cool set. I'd really like to build that. So it got bumped up the list. Here's Alison, how you doing, man? You have a canny knack of arriving right at the end of the stream. So that finishes off bag 14. So leaves us with 4 bags to do. I don't know if we've time, to be honest, to do another one or not. Maybe I should just keep building until, just sort of waiting for the rest of my family to come home, and then we've got like a date with an episode of Stranger Things. So I kind of need to finish up whenever they get home. I suppose I could keep going until the door opens, although there's a lot of parts in this here, so it's probably going to take a while. Yes, man, I'm still live on Friday. We'll still plan to be anyway. We're doing our collab stream on Friday with Eiffel Bricks, so it is still very much my intention, or our intention anyway. I haven't actually spoken to them yet this week, so we need to sort of get it planned out. And maybe try and come up with a wee graphic tomorrow evening to sort of help promote it. But yeah, we'll be building the Krusty Burger. So any Simpsons fans lurking in the stream, if you like Simpsons, then you'll enjoy Friday night's stream. And Eiffel Bricks is a pretty cool dude. He's got great Lego knowledge, smart chap. So it'll be sort of a fun stream, I think. Well, he's very busy these days, so I don't quite see so much of him on the socials. Right, this is a translucent studs, and I cannot see them here now. It doesn't mean to say that they're not here because they're difficult to see, but I suspect. Look up there. Hiding in the bag. Probably another one in there somewhere. That's just a wee door handle. So this is definitely the final bag, 110%. Another sticker here as well. Goes on to a white 2x3. Sticker number is sticker number 2. Alright, so just some musical sheets and stuff. Again, a reference, I'm sure, is something. Just goes on like so. And slots in there, so. Building the walls up nicely here in this top floor. More stickers, more bleeding stickers. So we've got like a nice unit of some description here, like a shelf unit or something. This must be a bedroom. And we have, looks like we've 2 stickers in this section, so I'll test me. Right, first up is sticker 15. And it goes on to a dark blue 2x2 plate. Actually, just going to do both these stickers at the same time. And it goes on to that, so it'll make it a bit easier. It gives me something more to grip onto. And then what else do we have? Sticker 12. So this is a yogurt funny. I don't know what that means. Anyone care to enlighten me into what yogurt funny means? It's obviously some sort of reference, but it's completely lost on me. There we go. It's like aqua, I'm not sure what that colour is. It's a really nice colour, but I can't remember what it's called. And that's the first set of shells done. 201. Alright, and then our next sticker, we're getting rid of most of our stickers here by the looks of it, and I suppose that makes sense because we're kind of fast approaching the end of the build, so this is like some weird, it's like a lobster drumming. Again, I'm sure that is some sort of a reference, but I don't got a clue. And this looks like maybe a wee record player or something, just like a few random bits and pieces in, just on top of the this little bookshelf here. Oh, so it's like a, yeah, it must be a record player with the speakers here as well on either side of it. I presume that N92 is a band or something maybe? I don't know. Excuse my ignorance once again. So these are obviously all records, so it's like a wee shelf then with a record player and various sort of records on it. It's very nicely built, and that just sits alongside one of the walls. And then we have like a wee old style record player here as well then, so another sticker goes on here. Should be a little brown tie for it. Class. Alright, apologies if anyone had been hanging around waiting to see sort of a bit of an overview. I know I said I'd do it at the end of the last bag, but I kind of got sucked into doing one more. This will be the last bag, so once I've completed this, I'll bring the camera down and we can have a close look at through what we've done so far. There's one more big sticker to go. Oh, two more stickers actually. There's a wee mirror as well, which is coming up. It just sits there. Window panel. One of those. I'm curious. There's two 1 by grey bricks instead of 1 2 by. I'm sure there's a logic to that. Okay, so I'm not overly enthusiastic about this. I'll tell you what I've learned from my mistakes in the past. To always put the stickers. The sticker is a round one. It goes onto a horribly offset the actual print itself. If you can see there, I don't know. It's not very central. And the amount of times that I've got these kind of wrong because I stick them on and then whenever it actually gets placed on the stalls, it doesn't line up because I haven't really thought about what I'm doing. So lesson learned. Place the circular plate onto whatever it is that the sticker's going onto and then stick your sticker on. I think it was in the Orient Express. There was like a mirror and I put the sticker onto the round plate and then when I stuck it onto the wall the actual plate was at like an odd angle and it just looked so stupid. And that was just because the way the anti-stud sort of lined up. It didn't quite line up the way I had anticipated. I hadn't even considered, the fact that it might. So it's really annoying. And all I've got left here then is this one big piece of art, I presume. Or I don't know what it is. Maybe like some sort of a cover or something. And this is on a big 4 by 4 piece. Cool, so that's all the stickers done, so that's a relief. And that just slides. Oh, folks. Well, that didn't go too well. Let's try that again. What way was that? Right, it goes like that, and like so, and that goes in there. I wondered what that random silver cup was in there, but it actually it's hidden anyway behind the picture on one side, and then it's actually a tap on the other, so it's quite nicely done. Okay, so just a few pieces left here, and that'll be us finished up on this side. So. That's what's missing. And we just have our plates to put on, just to hold all the walls and windows and stuff together. the end of that bag, and that is the end of tonight's stream. I'll just put that brick separate in there so I remember where I'm up to. Actually, don't like it. I'll put that out a wee bit. Okay. Tidy those few bits up, and I'll bring the camera down then just to give you a wee quick look at what we've built so far on this set. I'll just separate each of the layers as well and just take you through the layers one by one. Alright, so build obviously started off with this car. So we've got this cool wee red pickup truck. There you can see it with the 5 different minifigures there, all sort of sitting proud on top. Then the first floor is looking really, really neat. There's a wee bit of sort of external landscaping. We've got a garage door there, this lovely kind of angled sort of front porchway. And if I just spin that around then, we've got like a wee bit of entrance, a rear entrance. And then inside you can see we've got that nice bookcase along the back. We've got a grand piano with a double stool. And then a few wee details sort of in this corner as well. There's a wee bench with some flowers on it, and then in there we have a little chess table or something. And then we have the second floor, which if I pop on top, if I can get it to connect in, I think that's it there now. Okay, so there you go. Second floor then. So you can see from this side it's all nice and square at the rear. We have our little balcony in the back here, with, like I said, you just about get access to. And then around the front, you can see how it's all nicely angled. And there's like an opposing angle to the front door here as well. Then we've got this other little balcony here with that nice pointy end on it. And then on the inside, so we have a fireplace there, a little double couch on a table. And then we have our kitchen area over here with our sort of island in the middle with a hob and chairs around it. And then the benches there with the sink and everything. And then just a few wee bits on the back wall. And then there's another wee access point there. And then we have our top floor, which goes that way, I believe. Which just clips in very nicely there. And so far, all we have, presumably a bedroom, and we have someone who clearly likes their music. We've got this funky sort of hi-fi piece here, and then a wee bookcase with another music player and some records and stuff as well. So that's where we're up to anyway. There you can see it in all its glory. There's the house, and there's the car. And that, my friends, is where I'm going to end tonight's stream. So thank you very much, anyone that's tuned in. If you've stuck right through, then well played. I will catch you all in another stream anyway. Have a great night and take care of yourselves. Ta-ra.